And hey guys, sorry I look so beat up today. I looked a lot better this morning for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick little review of the trailer for the recent promo, or for the recent super trailer of Total Drama All Stars. Now, I'm not one to get really mad about this show, but there's one thing I noticed with this trailer that just this urged me so badly was that Gwen does not see herself as higher than other people, but in this trailer they make her seem like she is. They make her, have that mentality of like, oh, I don't need to be on the villains team, I'm so much better than them. It just kind of really bugged me. And then when Duncan was, man, sorry, it's just like, Duncan was so caring. So caring. The robot came and dropped her on the floor, and he was like, "Oh, Gwen, I'll come, help you." And then all she does is complain about it. Like, I could see her valid reason for complaining. She isn't a villain. And Courtney, oh, I don't know why is this happening? But I'm pretty sure it will be explained later to us. Alright, so there's quite things clear in this trailer that weren't clear before, but are now clear. So let's talk about that first. We're going to have the old Revenge of the Island thing where there's a nice cabin and a bad cabin, but obviously the nice cabin is going to get destroyed in the first episode, just like the last one. And if not, I think it's just going to be weird. I think it's just going to be kind of weird, because the villains team is already down, I think, one person. Their team looks significantly small, let's just put it that way. I think the villains are going to win the first challenge. Just because, and I'm going to jump to the first thing that happened in the trailer. We had an obvious thing happen between, we had an obvious thing happen between Duncan and Glenn. Now, if Total Drama keeps its line of attention proper throughout the series, usually the first couple interactions that are serious within the first episode end up getting far in our main plot in the series. For example, Heather didn't really like Alejandro in the beginning of World Tour, and they made that very apparent. In this season, at the very beginning, they made it very apparent that Gwen is displeased to be on the villains team, and that Duncan is somewhat changed and more caring. So there's a lot of changes that's between those two characters, and I think that conflict or relationship conflict is going to be a main part of this series. Moving on, we didn't really see that much interaction or headbutting on the Heroes team, which I'm going to hate to say it, I think the Heroes are just going to be like Team Victory of this season. I think they're going to have their moments of winning and their moments of losing, but if I was to look at the Heroes team, which I am right now on my computer, you have lots of cannon fodder characters on that team. You have cannon fodder character, and what I mean by cannon fodder is I mean that those contestants aren't gonna win. Sorry to say it, they are not winning contestants. You could have the argument that Mike was, or not Mike, Cameron was not a winning looking contestant, but deep down you knew that he had the the insides to do it. Like, he had the conflict and he had that character build up throughout the series, and since it's all new, that was kind of apparent, but everybody knew going into Total Drama World Tour that a Tyler or a Noah or one of those kind of characters was not going to win. There was no way a Bridget or an Ezekiel or any of those guys were going to win a season. You guys got to understand that these are called cannon fodder characters. They are strictly for plot building purposes, and that's the beauty of Total Drama, is they use a large amount of characters to build this drama and to build other characters. But the reason why All Stars is a lot different is because we're taking all those characters that were built up by other characters and we're pitting them against each other. And I think the villains team is just super stacked. That team is stacked like a deck of cards. That's like fucking playing against the bad guy on Digimon card battle, and that guy has like every single card in the deck that can possibly beat you. I'm only saying that because that was the hardest thing I've ever had to freaking play. Like I basically had to. I can get into that, but that deck is pretty fucking stacked. I'm not gonna lie. It's a stacked deck. You have Lightning, super strong. You have Joe, super strong and fast. You have Heather, super smart, super cunning. You have Duncan, super awesome. Duncan, my man. And then we have Alejandro and the robot. Stop being stupid. It's Alejandro. The contestants all don't know it's Alejandro, but we do. That's the beauty of it. It's called irony. That's what irony is. Something that we know that the contestants don't. It's irony. We know Alejandro's not robot. We know that. Because if we strictly look back at that after seeing footage, it is only Chief and it's only Chef and Chris who know who is in the robot, and that is strictly that's strictly knowledge that was given to us. So that's something we can look forward to. Now, one thing I want to point out is that I was going on a tangent, but we're going on the cannon fodder characters. I'm going to try and stay on cannon fodder characters. I'm going really fast because I want to cover a lot of content and don't have much time. So we have lots of cannon fodder contestants on the Heroes team. If anybody is going to go front of the team, it's going to be a Courtney or a Mike and a Zoe. Those are only people I can see getting far in this. And I'm going to rule out that since Total Drama has broken the rules before, we can possibly see a second final twist, which really makes me happy and scared at the same time, because we can also have a double appearance of Cameron, Lightning, Gwen, Duncan, or Heather, or even Alejandro, which I think would be awesome because it would throw everybody through the loop, just like they did last year with having two male final twists. But that's not the point. I think that might possibly happen, or we might have two girls in the finale. Who knows? But I'm gonna predict something that is totally out of this world. Moving on. Next big thing that happened in the trailer is we have. I might have missed something, and I basically just skimmed over it really quick. At the very end, the robot is given to the villains team. We all know this is Alejandro, and that robot goes right to Heather, which makes her suspicious, which means that everybody knew Alejandro's in that robot on the boat in episode 1 of Revenge Island, but this means that Heather does not know Alejandro's in that robot. So when the robot was holding her on the boat, that's why she looked confused, and that's why she looked really angry. She was angry and confused. This is why, because we don't know Alejandro's in that robot, and it's going to get revealed, and they don't want us to know that, so they're not going to show a conflict between Heather and Courtney over Alejandro, which is going to be a very important point in the season, in my opinion. And I think that trailer with Lindsay saying that Duncan wants Gwen's attention is because Gwen is sulking in that first episode. But I beg to differ. Courtney is really fucking dumb. I hate to say it, but Courtney is really stupid. This is the person who calls herself Admiral Lindsay, and in the trailer it says she forgets how to push. So, sorry for those people who are believing Lindsay and her little, oh, maybe Duncan wants you back. I think you better reevaluate who you get your information from, because Lindsay is not the smartest bulb in the shed. So when she says that Duncan might want Courtney's attention, she might just be being really stupid. Either way, regardless, Duncan, I'm going to say it, and I'm a dude, Duncan is the biggest sweetheart ever. He is the biggest sweetheart ever. He reminds me a lot of myself. And not in the fact because I have a mohawk, I have a little faux hawk, and I usually wear a lot of green and blues and stuff, and I wear lots of, cool decked out shirts and shit. But Duncan, it's revealed that Duncan has only come back to Total Drama because Gwen wanted to come back. Gwen is looking for redemption. That's what it's all about. Gwen is looking for redemption. And we've all got to understand that Gwen wants redemption. She's been villainized. She wants her redemption. That's why she's so upset to be put on this villains team. She is looking for redemption. She's been voted for Team First for the past 2 seasons she's been in a row. She wants redemption. And she does not want to get it being on that villains team. And that's why she's upset. I know you guys probably think I'm talking about out my ass. But trust me, I know this shit. I've written my own season of Total Drama. I have reread it billions of times over the past 3 years, and I've debunked what Total Drama is. And right now, they are setting us up for what could possibly be the most epic showdown in history. Now, seeing in the fact that we haven't had a season where a whole team has been eliminated before the other, as in World Tour and Total Drama Island. Total Drama Island was the first season ever, and the first season to have a whole team be decimated and gone. And that was in the final 3. We had Heather, Gwen, and Owen. that Duncan was gone at that point, so that was the only one team left. I'm pretty sure, if I am correct, the heroes might get wiped out, which is sad because, you know, they've been given the hero title and we all want to root for the heroes because they got the name heroes. But we got to understand that I think this season, quote me on this, quote Jesse Young, I think Total Drama All-Stars will be seeing people who are bad become good. And that is Duncan. It's Duncan. How often? It's so clear. Duncan is in the trailer more caring about Gwen than himself, and he came there for Gwen. That's not a villainous trait. That is somebody who is sincere, honest, and loving. That's a loving trait. That's a heroic trait. And you know, some people might argue that, but you can't argue that if somebody goes somewhere they don't want to go for another person, that is what a hero does. Does Superman want to stop Lex Luthor because he dislikes him? No, he's doing it to save other people. He's doing it for other people. That's what stuff you got to think about when you think of Total Drama. Is this season is about heroes and villains. What makes Courtney a hero? What makes Lindsay a hero? What makes Sierra a hero? What makes Duncan a villain? What makes Gwen a villain? What makes Heather a villain? What makes Alejandro a villain? What makes them these people? And when you look at Duncan, when he has all these loving traits and all these loving attributes, and he's been shown to be nice, all the villains, most, but you have Duncan and Gwen who have been shown multiple times to be sweet, honest, caring, and loving of each other. And that is what Duncan and Gwen represent on that team. And I think that's something powerful. But you got Courtney and the Heroes team representing this good. It's all well good, but it's hard to debunk this Heroes team because the only one who could possibly be bad on it is Courtney. And that's the only person who can possibly be bad. But everybody's up for redemption, you know? So people, like I've said, Duncan might look like he's villainous and turn out to be heroic. But Courtney, at first appearance, might look like a hero, but could underneath be a villain. That is probably what's going to happen. I hate to say it, Courtney fans, but Courtney has not been the nicest person ever. She almost dropped people out of a balloon to kill them for money. She not purposely like murdered them, but she wanted to, you know, let them fall to their death so that she could have the million. And you know, there's been multiple times where she even, Justin was being so nice, so sweet and nice to her, and then she basically just made him quit for her, and then went back for Duncan. But it's just like, that's not Courtney's fault. That's just Justin being a retard. But Courtney took advantage of Justin, and you might say it's a good strategic play. Well, you could argue that, you know, strategic play is not considered bad, and it's being competitive that's not being bad. But you gotta understand that Lightning was super competitive, and he left Cameron to get eaten by a plant. Yeah, so we're gonna rule out being competitive as a little get a villain free pass. Competitiveness is not a villain free pass. It's a total douche move. And Courtney has pulled that competitive card, too many fucking times. And the Courtney fans have been pulling that shit on us for too fucking long. And I'm here, and I'm speaking the damn truth. I've had enough of all the Courtney fans basically just pumping the ego of all the people who wish. But you know, it's just like, why do Courtney fans have to be so snarky and so hateful? Like, you never see us Duncan and Gwen fans going out there and slamming Courtney. Even when Duncan was with Courtney, the Duncan fans were still not slamming Duncan and Courtney at all. Because that was, you could argue because it wasn't a major conflict, but still, let the Duncan and Gwen fans have their moment. Don't be sour about everything that's gone wrong to your character, because everybody gets their comeuppance. So, this minute's probably already 15 minutes long, and if you've managed to stay for the whole fucking thing, congratulations, you're awesome. So I'm going to keep moving on to possible later stuff that might happen. There's been multiple times where we've seen Lindsay gone, but we've also seen that Lindsay is probably in the first episode, because you see her doing her little flappy thing. But we can't trust the trailers, people. We can't trust the trailers. As much as I don't edit the fucking wiki because I can't handle the people on the Total Drama wiki, I know my Total Drama bullshit. And when people are saying stuff like, oh, we can't, the trailers are always right. No, they're not. If you watch the Revenge of the Island trailer, there is a shot of, fuck, what's her stupid name? Stacy. We have Chatty Stacy, who was shown being eaten by the plant. I forget what his name is. It's Chris's plant or whatever, the one that tries to kill him in the last challenge. They have a scene of her getting eaten by that with her hair, which is totally false, because in that first challenge there was no plant, there was no nothing. That was a false scene in the trailer. So there could possibly be false things in the trailers. We can't trust them. And hopefully people realize that, because Total Drama will throw you through the loop. That Lindsay scene with Courtney could be a false, and that could just be Duncan getting mad at something in that scene, or that could be fabricated. It could all, some of these scenes could be fabricated, and we gotta understand that. Some of it is fabricated and reused old footage. But the main thing I want to get from there is that some of it is fabricated. It could be fake. And I'm going to have to wrap this up quick. So we're going to have Alejandro come out of the robot in episode 1. That I know for sure. Because I talked to Tom McGillis and he told me to my face. Or he didn't tell me to my face, but in an interview he said to me that Alejandro comes out of the robot. Whatever. I know that. Don't fucking question me. If you question me, I will lose my fucking marbles, because I actually met Tom McGillis in Toronto. So, you know, he bought me a beer. So you know what? Fuck all you people who keep saying that I don't know my shit. Because obviously, I have shown that I want to work on Total Drama, and you know what? It's unprofessional for me to be doing this as part of wanting to be part of the writing team, but god damn it, I want to prove that I know my Total Drama bullshit. So, we're going to have Alejandro come out of the robot. We're going to have Alejandro show up. We're going to have Alejandro show up. We saw him in the one trailer digging in the hole with Scott in the back, Scott in the foreground. We know that's all there. So, let's just keep moving on. My camera's running out of battery, so I'm going to go a little bit faster. We have Alejandro and the robot. So one thing I'm going to point out in this season, that we're going to have a Courtney, Alejandro, Heather love triangle, which is probably going to be one of the main conflicts on the Heroes Villains team, and this is why Courtney's going to want to get rid of her team so that they can, you know, remerge into the Villains team. This is why the Heroes team is going to shatter, because they have so many weak competitors and Courtney's so strong. We could argue that Mike and Zoe are really good, but we've already seen so many trailers where Lindsay and Sam are gone. Those are going to be the first victims of Courtney, I'm guessing. And this is just my predictions. Predictions in quotes. This isn't fact. Predictions. But looking at who's the strongest on that team, you can argue that Courtney or Zoe is the strongest. Zoe, because she's a freakazoid, and not because she's a freakazoid, but because she has that ability to be a freakazoid, like Izzy. If I had to put money on whoever's going to come out of the Villains team or the Heroes team, it's either going to be Mike, Zoe, or Courtney. I think that's going to be the merge from the Heroes team if they don't get decimated. But definitely the Villains team. It looks like we might have a Joe Lightning relationship. I find that really weird, because we've seen some things with Joe and Lightning specifically that might insinuate a relationship. It could be something different. Don't know. That's just from what I observed. We had one thing where Joe looks like she's like flattered. I don't know. Look at the trailers, you'll find it. It's during the rock climbing challenge. She looks flattered at something somebody's saying. It might be Lightning. I don't know. Scott. I think Scott's going to be one of the first gone off the Villains team. I just don't know. With this Villains team, it's so stacked. You can't predict it. It's stacked like a deck of cards. But this Heroes team looks absolutely pitiful. You could argue Sierra's pretty tough. Oh, and all those people who were arguing that Zoe can't make it to the finals this season because she was in the final 3, arguing that Heather's in the final 3. Okay, this is going to end in like 1 second. Oh, where was I going? But yeah, people who are arguing that Heather cannot, or Zoe cannot make it to the finals again because she was in the final 3 is total bullshit, because Heather was in the final 3 and she went to the final 2 in season 3. So calling bullshit on whoever said that, and everybody who's believing it is fucking stupid. And if you're one of the people and you're here, sorry for calling you stupid, but you should get your information from me and not fucking them. And if more people actually watch my videos, I would make more of them and keep you guys informed on what's really happening. But, to say the least, I gotta end this video soon because my camera battery's dying and it might go at any time. So if the video ends abruptly, I'm sorry. Gonna keep trying to keep on track. Mike, I don't think Cameron's gonna make a second appearance in the finals. Just not the way it's gonna happen. Haven't had back-to-back winners. I don't think they're gonna do that ever. So that's that. I'm definitely going to be pulling for Duncan and Gwen this season. Duncan, sweetheart. Gwen's being kind of a bitch, but Gwen's one of my favorite characters, so I'm going to give her a second chance. If Duncan and Gwen come out of this still together, thumbs up. If they don't, whatever. Duncan's my man. Keep it close to my heart, bro. Oh, fuck. Trying to keep everything. The Courtney Alejandro had their love triangle. This is probably what is going to drive this season. But if I had to make a finals prediction, I would have to say we're going to have like a... Oh, I know the Road Rules Challenge does this a lot, where they have teams make it to the finals and compete for everything together as a team at the ending. I know I'm thinking that the finale of this season, if Duncan and Gwen stay together, and if they get really late into the game, we might have a possible couple showdown, which would be sweet. We might have the heroes team with Mike and Zoe versus the villains team Duncan and Gwen, or the villains team Heather and Alejandro. But I think we're finally gonna have that, or something of that matter. Or we might have a villain showdown, which I think the most ultimate showdown ever would be the new Arising Heroes, Duncan and Gwen, versus the always villainous nasty bastards Alejandro and Heather. But that is my prediction for Total Drama All Stars. If you guys like what I'm saying, leave a comment below. I'm gonna leave another video where I do some other shit. I'm gonna be moving back to Alberta in about 3 weeks. And that's when I'm going to start doing 6 months of production on Total Drama Good Night Island. If you don't know what that is, check out my blog. It's down there. Or check out my website, because it's down there as well. If you want to know more about Good Night Island, maybe like my videos and favorite them and send them to Tom McGillis, or link them on the Total Drama fan page. Because I know my shit, and you guys like knowing shit that comes from a smart person. So, all you beautiful people out there who agree with what I'm saying, leave a like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do your own thing. I don't care if you do any of those, but you know, just keep watching, keep sending messages, send me comments, messages I would like to do. I might do more drawing videos, but during my 6 months of production, I'm going to be doing like extensive behind the scenes footage of what I'm doing and what I'm up to. So without further ado, I'm going to end the video, probably in the next minute or so, because I like to rant. Yes, I'm going to be doing post-production. I'm going to be releasing a 15-minute documentary about myself on my channel in a little while, in about 3 weeks. It'll be probably airing on the 19th, on the 20th, so it'll come out. It's about me, my journey, and how I became how I graduated film school, and how I'm going back for 2D animation, so you guys can see some animation work from me. Yeah, Total Drama from me. How do you guys feel about that? That'd be sweet. But gonna keep going on. I'm gonna be filming behind-the-scenes footage and maybe streaming some of my content of my show. So if you guys want to know more about Total Drama Good Night Island, click on my blog or my website. My website's better. Better click on my website. If you like that, you know, keep going there. I'm gonna keep trying to keep posts up there. I have a blog on Total Drama All Stars. If you click on the link down there, link's down there. Click on it. But I'm gonna be doing some post production on Total Drama Good Night Island. If you guys want to see more Good Night Island, after hitting up my website, just leave me a comment saying you want to know more Good Night Island, and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Because I like you guys, because my favorite Total Drama fans rule, and let's keep Total Drama going. So, that's it for today. If I talked a little fast, I'm sorry, but this minute's about 24-minute video, so my camera lasts longer than I thought. So I will see you guys later. Stay beautiful, stay awesome, stay Total Drama fantastic. See you guys later. Total Drama All Stars for the win. Season 5. Let's make that Duncan and Gwen stay together and that Courtney, Alejandro, Heather love triangle begin. Oh yeah. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go pass out because I'm tired.